If you go back through the history of interactive communication, what we used to talk about when we say digital was a technological component. How are we coding a website? How are we setting up an email server? And that's kind of changed now. When people say, what's your digital strategy? They're not talking about technology. They're talking about content. Content and digital are synonymous. So if I say to you, what is your digital strategy? You're not going to tell me the kinds of software that you're using for your content management system. You're going to say what your engagement program is on Facebook. What kind of content are you emailing out to your customers? What are you doing on Twitter? What are you doing on Vine? We've gotten to the point that when we say digital, what we really mean is content. We're not talking about technology anymore. When somebody says, what's your digital strategy? We're not talking about coding a website or what kind of servers we're using. We're actually talking about the content that we're making. If someone says, what's your digital strategy for Facebook? Your strategy is your content plan. It's your communications plan. It's your content calendar. What are you going to say to your customer base? And what are you going to do to engage them? That's all content. The same is true when we talk about other forms of digital marketing. It's become synonymous with content. Content is the heart of the digital experience. There is no digital experience without content. So it's the essential element. It's the diamond amongst the pile of coal. Nobody goes to your website because it's coded well. They won't go if it's not coded well, but nobody goes because it is coded well. They go because it has the content that you're looking for. And the same thing is true as we look at all sorts of different technologies and different platforms that are developing today. No one goes to a mobile site because they want to see what you did on mobile. They want to go find out a piece of information. Content is the driver. Content is what motivates all interaction. Without content, there's no point in having an interactive industry. What do we do with content, through our content distribution tools on a regular basis that helps us find the audiences that we're looking for and then gets them to engage with our work? And the kinds of engagement we're asking for can vary depending upon where we want the customer to be in the sales funnel process. When we look at the sales funnel, and a traditional funnel starts at the top with awareness and works its way on down through conversion. There are specific stages along the customer's path that we need to engage them and we need to communicate with them. So for example, a piece of content that's designed for the top of the funnel, for the awareness section, might be something that has broad appeal, might be something that's more viral in nature. Whereas when we start moving down the funnel and we get into the consideration level, we're talking about content that's a little bit more detailed, content that's perhaps a little more esoteric, giving people the kinds of information that they need before they can make a purchase. And then we look at the bottom of the funnel, the actual conversion. What are the steps at the time of purchase when somebody's ready to make their final decision? That content is very focused and is very different than the piece we started with at the top in the awareness stage. But the whole notion is that content needs to be there every step of the way. And it's not the old campaign paradigm of creating something, letting it run for 3 months, and then measuring it, or perhaps optimizing it along the way. What we're talking about now is it's almost an eternal campaign paradigm. It never ends. The tools in the marketplace and the expectations of the users require us to be present with content, with new content, with content appropriate to what's going on in real time, every step of the way. I'm Rob Davis, Executive Director of the Content Marketing Practice at Ogilvy One, and these are Scrubber Bar Stories.